Hello cyclists, today a very beautiful and super lightweight e-bike from Italy. It's the NOKOlight. This e-bike is indeed very special, not only due to the fact that it only weighs like 12.8 kilograms and therefore it's super light with the motor in the rear and the battery, it's also very beautiful. NOKO is an Italian brand located on the beautiful island of Sicily, and NOKO is family owned and in the mobility sector for more than a few decades. And they conquered and developed most beautiful bicycles, and by conquering I mean they established beautiful, really beautiful bicycles, and they're now all offering their beautiful e-bikes for the European market. And the NOKOlight combines, in my opinion, a really beautiful special design, not only the frame geometry, but have a look, there are 3 different color options. This one with the green and the black with the matte finishing, and also with the very shining, sometimes even glittering finish. It's very special. I had some heads turning when I was doing my test rides. I had the opportunity to visit NOKO. They did invite us for a special event, and it was so interesting to see that the people behind the brand are so passionate about what they're doing. So from the owner, the CEO, up to the people who assemble the bicycles, you can see the fire and the passion in their eyes when they talk about NOKO. And this bike is 100% Italian made. So the interesting thing is that the motor, as well as the battery, and you can choose between different gearing systems, and one of the gearing systems, it's all made in Italy, and they do have an own brand that they launched. It's called Grinta, and it's high quality components, and you really see the heritage and the knowledge that is combined in those components that NOKO owns for a few decades now. But before we go into more detail, we will take this one for a test ride. I really like this motor. It is very powerful yet very well balanced. I love that the moment you push the pedal you get a really nice push, but it's still very natural. So from the first level of pedal assistance I easily reached like 14-15 kilometers, and if I want to go faster I have to use my muscle strength, or I switch into the next level of pedal assistance. Well, there are in total 5, but I have to say I only did use the 5th level once, and it's, I don't know, I'm too scared because it is so powerful. But in any case, if there is maybe a steep incline, or if you have a bike path or do a tour, you can easily switch into the highest level of pedal assistance, and it's really, really powerful. So you easily reach 25 kilometers as it is allowed in the EU. But if you want to go faster, absolutely possible, because what I really love about this bicycle, it has a gearing system. And the gearing system is well chosen, because this bicycle you can use with the motor or as a regular bicycle. And in each case it feels super well chosen. So you can easily go faster than 25 kilometers with the motor, and there are always the right gears, even if you decide to ride this as a manual bike. As you can see, this sitting position is, I would say, between comfortable and sportive. You lean a bit forward, but not too much, so you can see what is happening around you. Always important for me, because Hamburg is a hectic city. And what is really cool is when you order your NOKO bike online, you can choose between different handlebars. So there's also a riser handlebar. That's actually something that I would go for. And that's very clever, that you do have some options to individualize your bike, besides the frame size, of course, and the color. But this bicycle is also a really cool companion if you want to do tours, because As you can see, the tires, they have some profile, so it feels really nice even when you go over gravel stone, and I had some ice and snow here and I had a really good grip. And every now and then I see some heads turning because this bicycle is really beautiful. It is a beauty. Italian design, the matte and the shining finish and different color options, just beautiful. And there are some inclines, and I managed them easily because this motor is so powerful. When I do my test rides, there are a lot of different surfaces like cobblestone. This is a very moderate one, but I felt always like super comfortable. I mean, of course, there was some rattling where the cobblestone was really bad, but I do have a little suspension due to the tires. Not much, but absolutely okay. So the Grinta motor is located in the rear hub, and as you just heard, it's very powerful and it gives you rather a feeling of being pushed because due to the fact that it's located in the rear hub rather than a motor in the middle. And also the battery is from Grinta, and there are two different battery sizes. One is 252 watt hours, which gives you a range up to approximately 80 kilometers. And there's a bigger battery, which has 378 watt hours. And NOKO says it gives you a range up to 110 kilometers. Of course, this is very individual because it depends on how heavy you are, what mode of level assistance you choose. If you need a lot of power from the motor, then of course the range is a bit lower. Or at the moment it is between -3 and -8 degrees in Hamburg, so of course the battery range is a bit lower. But when I was cycling even longer tours, it was very close to what NOKO said, what the range would be. An e-bike needs very reliable, high quality disc brakes. And NOKO did choose SRAM disc brakes, and they worked really well. Even when it was pouring, when it was so rainy and the streets were wet, I felt always very safe and secure, and the brakes worked really well. This is also important. That you do have quality components because you order the bike online and then there comes a big box and the bicycle is assembled up to 80%. And even for me, I know a lot about bicycles, but I would say assembling and maintaining, I know how to do it, but it's not my biggest strength. But it was super easy for me. It only took me like 15 minutes to assemble the rest of the bicycle. But there's a luxurious option. You can even pay a teeny tiny bit more and then the bike comes 100% assembled. And I would say probably you only have to turn the handlebars in the right position. Speaking about online and online services, there are two important things I want to mention. First of all, what I think is pretty cool, NOKO offers you an online meeting and you meet one of the NOKO employees and they really help you to find the right bike and to understand the bike. And because you order the bike online, I mean, if you live on Sicily, you can go to the showroom. But if you live in the rest of Europe, you get the package. And of course, this bike needs some service. And you have to bring the bike to a bike shop. And therefore, it's pretty cool because besides the Grinta parts, you do have parts that can be serviced by every bike shop. You can choose between different gearing systems, and this one here has the SRAM gearing, and there's also an option from the Grinta brand. This bike is available in 3 different color options and in 4 frame sizes, which is really cool. But there you see the heritage of the cycling, because 4 frame sizes you can hardly find. I'm 174 centimeters and this is the size medium, and as you can see, there was more room if I had longer legs or if I had shorter legs. So I would say this is the perfect frame size for me. This bike costs only 1,399 euros. And when you see what you get, it's a perfect commuter bike and also a really nice touring bike. It's equipped with high quality components, a beautiful design. I mean, 1,399 euros is really a very interesting price. If you have a closer look at what other budget bikes cost, and this is really not a budget bike, because I mean, yes, the price is budget, but it's like equipped with high quality components, and I think it is because they produce the bike in Italy. It's 100% assembled there, and most of the components are actually made in the factory there. Because when I did visit Sicily, I saw the factory. And what I think is also really cool is that the energy that the factory needs is produced via solar energy. So they have their own solar panels. Just a quick side note, but I think it's really cool. But yeah, back to the price. I think it's only possible because NOKO does a lot of the development, and most of the components, parts, the frame is produced in Sicily. So for me, absolutely super interesting. I would give my thumbs up, and I would say NOKO is definitely a brand that you have to watch out for, and I will keep you posted if there are news. So overall, the NOKOlight is a super interesting e-bike. I mean, it's super lightweight, it is equipped with high quality components, it is beautiful, and it costs only 1,399 euros. And at the moment there's the special deal that you also get a little navigation system that you can connect via an app with your phone, of course via Bluetooth. So overall, it's like ridiculous how cool this bike is. If you want to know more about NOKO and the NOKOlight, there is a link in the description where you can go directly to the website of NOKO and know all about this bike.